Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, I'm going to tell you which rackets from each of the top companies are their best selling. This might surprise you. Stay tuned. All right, coffee sponsor of today is Patrick Fitzpatrick. Patrick Fitzpatrick is part of my coffee club and has elected to hook me up with one piping hot dark roast brew per month. So Patrick Fitzpatrick, thank you so much. This is to you. I appreciate you. If you want to be my coffee sponsor of the day or want to hook me up and be part of my coffee club once a month, network is buymeacoffee.com/tennis spin. If you want to just hook up the channel, super thanks is the way. The link is below. Thank you guys so much. All right. Whew. All right, so I'm going to tell you which tennis racket from each of the top companies is their top seller nationwide. Okay? Now, some of these rackets might surprise you because it surprised me a little bit. We'll start with Dunlop, our friends at Dunlop. Their top selling racket is this FX 500. 100 square inch head, 10.6 ounce racket, B4 strings, kind of a tapered beam, 23, 20, 23, 26, 23. Stiffness rating of about 69. Swing weight of about 320. Balance, 4 points head light. Okay. That sound familiar to you? Yeah. I'll talk about that later. All right. The head Radical MP is their top selling racket, kind of barely beating out the Speed MP. Talking barely. It was a neck and neck race this year. The only difference between those two rackets, well, there's a lot of differences, but this is a 98. I know a lot of people out there think this is a 100 and the Speed is a 98. It's the opposite, guys. The Radical MP and the Radical Pro are both 98s. The Speed MP and the Speed Pro are both 100s. Yeah, you would think that since Novak was supposedly a 98 with the blade, that he would go with a 98 with a head. I mean, we know he doesn't play with it anyways, but I'm just saying. But yeah. All right, so Radical MP, their top selling racket. Okay, so I'm going to talk about strung weight now. 11.2, which is 318 grams, 330 on the balance, 323 on the swing weight, 65 on the stiffness. So pretty soft on this one. Tapered beam, 20, 23, 21. Interesting, huh? Yeah. And a 98 head. You're going to see similarities here. And you're going to be like, oh, I kind of get that. Now, top selling racket from Yonex. Most people think it's the E-Zone 98, but there are more 100 users than 98s out there. Therefore, the 100 is the #1 selling racket of the Yonex line. In the E-Zone line. Now, 11.2 strung, which is 318, 330 on the balance, 4 points head light, which is what it is, 317 on the swing weight, 67 on the RA. That's about right. Now, This is where it gets a little complicated because Yonex likes to go by points. So 23.8, 26.5, 22.5. So that's a pretty good taper here. Thick here for more power and stability. All right, 100 head. Are you taking notes? Do you see similarities? I'm going to show you later. Now, everybody thinks that that Blade 98, 1619 could definitely be, or would definitely be their #1 seller, meaning Wilson, but the Clash 100 is still their top selling racket, even in this color. But I'm guessing they have a lot of colors. They do the black, they do the white, they do the Roland Garros edition, so I'm guessing they're including all of that because they're all Clash 100 version 2s. So this one is a little lighter than the rest at 11 ounces strung, which is 312 grams. 320 on the balance, which is 7 points head light, the head lightest of all these frames. 313 on the swing weight, comes through fast. The softest of all at 57 on that RA scale. 24.5 constant beam all around, 100 head. So softest of all because of the Clash technology, head lightest of all, and swing weight lightest of all so far. Now, the top selling Babolat racket, I'll bet some people and some of you think it's an Arrow, maybe an Arrow 98. Arrow 100, no, it's the Pure Drive, guys. The Pure Drive is still what drives the company in their #1 spot. So 100 head, okay? Strung weight is 11.2, which is 318. 4 points head light, 320. 320 on the swing weight, 71 on the stiffness. So stiffest of all so far. So firmest, most powerful of all so far. The beam is 23, 26, 23. Sound familiar? 100 square inch head on the #1 selling Babolat racket, the Pure Drive. Finally, Technifiber's top selling racket is the T-Fight 305, the one endorsed by Daniil Medvedev.
Oh man.
Need a string job? Need a string job today? All you have to do is launch your app at Direct Tennis, call out the stringer, your stringer can come pick it up from you, or you could take it there. They're in your neighborhood. It's as simple and as easy as that. Find your stringer today at directtennis.online. A 98, okay? Constant beam 22.5, 64 on the RA. Swing weight is 338, which is the heaviest swing weight of all these rackets. Balance is 333, which is 3 points head light. Heaviest head of all these rackets, but only 11.3 strung, which is 320 grams. Okay? So we can see that obviously Technifiber is going to be specialized market. They're going to, they cater to the better players, a la college, a la 4.5 to 5.0 players with this particular racket. They're known for this racket. They do make other lines that are similar to this, but people prefer to buy these so far. Now, this racket is your ultimate weekend warrior racket, and it's been for 20 years. Again, another weekend warrior racket. Easier to play weekend warrior racket. But we're going in the women and other segments of the market with these two, and even the Pure Drive. Head specialized market with the 98, so you're going into better players again with a smaller head. Although the weight and the balance is the same, we're about the same as the rest of these. It's a different person that usually plays with this. But the weekend warrior who wants a little more control in the smaller head, I've seen play with this too. And the Dunlop version is essentially like a pure drive. So let's take a look at the chart here. Let's see if you can see this chart. As you can see, the characteristics of all these rackets, right? The balance is essentially very similar. The swing weight is almost right there. These are either 98s or 100s. The beams are either constant or slightly tapered, but in that almost same realm of thickness. The stiffnesses are a little different. That Clash kind of throws it off just because of that technology. The Pure Drive is the stiffest. The rest is kind of up there, but not overly up there. Okay? So these are all, I mean, I don't want to say interchangeable, but if you want to try the best of the best, these are the ones to try in terms of top sales in the nation. Guys, do you play with one of these? Why do you play with one of these? Is it because you're a weekend warrior? Is it because you're a Technofiber T-Fight 305 lover? Or a radical MP player that just have loved the radicals all through? Let me know in the comments. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.